Hello, hello, good evening. Welcome to the Wulong Talks podcast bonus edition. Um, we're coming together because on the last podcast, as you know, we were covering trailers. There was a load of teaser trailers and different things that came out. But there were two massive ones that came out just after we were finished recording our podcast. And there was no way we could let those two slide until another recording. So I've got the band back together. So the crew is here. Rich, say good evening.
Good.
And the Man Geek is here as well. Alvin, say good evening.
Evening.
Cool, cool. Well, as you all probably know, the two trailers that we're talking about are Spider-Man Homecoming and Fast and the Furious 8, which has been labeled the Fate of the Furious, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines, isn't it? But we'll get into that. Let's go into Spider-Man first because, let's be honest, that's the one we all want to talk about, right? So let's just jump into this, man. First off, that teaser trailer was just brilliant. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. There was actually two trailers that came out. There was the US trailer, or the domestic trailer, which was for the US market. And then there was the international trailer, which was released obviously for international audiences. I thought the US trailer was really good. The international trailer was good too, but there were some differences there. And I wasn't too sure about the feel of the international trailer myself. But we'll have a quick chat about that anyway. First up, first impressions. Alvin, what did you make of the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer? I mean, I know you did a reaction video and stuff on your channel, and so I keep saying I'm going to link your channel to ours, and I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it, I promise. But what did you make of initial thoughts of Homecoming before we get into the nitty-gritty?
I liked it. It was like, to me, there was nothing not to like of, really. I mean, obviously, like I said, the US trailer is put together better than the international. But no, it had everything I wanted to see. You got this kid who's he wants to be more than he is. It's proven difficult, whether that be in his personal life or in his superhero life. That's the heart of Spider-Man. You showed me that in like the first 30 seconds of the trailer, and he's the underdog. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what I wanted. That's what I got. We saw some cool effects. We saw Vulture and stuff like that. It just showed me what I wanted to see. I mean, I was going to always see it anyway, but I'm confident that this is going to be a good film because, well, Marvel had the artistic reins. So yeah, no, it was all around nice. I was happy with it. Thumbs up.
Yeah, definitely thumbs up from me as well. I mean, as I said, the initial reaction from me was I loved it. But Rich, how about you, man? What was your initial thoughts before you get into anything nitty-gritty? Just initial thoughts on the two trailers.
Loved it. Listen, like simply, like you cannot fault the trailer. You can't fault the teaser. The teaser in itself, which I find really fascinating, is like now they're releasing teasers of teaser trailers. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was like, no, I can't think of anything funny in which to put that into relation to, but go figure. But the teaser trailer itself was freaking amazing, So like, and then you get the trailer. Or the teaser, teaser, yeah, was great, and then the teaser trailer was amazing. I mean, in that alone, I mean, you guys have kind of covered it, but that trailer is better than the last 3 Spider-Man films that have come out.
Hey,
it's like, damn.
You get no disagreement from me on that one, man.
I mean, and then that's no disrespect to the people that worked in that film. I know everybody has a job to do. Andrew Garfield, I loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. But Tom Holland has just managed to nail it as well in this. And it's just wicked.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Holland is a good place to start, really. I mean, he seems like such a natural. We saw that in Captain America: Civil War, like just how much of a natural he was and a natural fit for the Peter Parker character. And I know like some people had kind of like Peter Parker fatigue because of the amount of Spider-Man films we've had so far that have featured Peter Parker. But he really kind of, in a way, breathed new life into the character, even though it's very much the classic Peter Parker that we're getting in the MCU Spider-Man, or the MCU's interpretation of Spider-Man. It's very much the classic Peter Parker from the original sort of Spider-Man comic books. But he's really kind of breathed a new life into it, and he brings a lot of charisma. I'm like you. I did quite like Andrew Garfield. I didn't quite like his Peter Parker much. I loved his Spider-Man.
Unlike who?
Hmm?
Unlike who? I loved Andrew Garfield. I think Andrew Garfield is better than Tobey Maguire, if you're talking about me.
I liked no, I was saying I'm like you in that I liked Andrew Garfield in the sense that I liked his Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't really like his Peter Parker that much. I know it was a different interpretation of Peter Parker that they were going for, but I couldn't really connect with it in the way that I normally would. But I think he's doing a fantastic job, Tom Holland, so far. So full credit to the guy. Alf, did you want to add anything about Tom Holland and Spidey?
No, he's good. I thought Garfield was all right. Like, I like him as an actor more than I liked him in The Amazing Spider-Man. But yeah, his Spider-Man was good. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, I mean, one of the big vibes that I got from the teaser trailer was the feel of kind of like a high school comedy. There's really, I know they spoke a lot. Kevin Feige spoke a lot, and the director has spoken a lot about trying to capture almost like a John Hughes kind of vibe to the trailer, and that definitely kind of came through in the teaser trailer that they've released and that we've seen. There's definitely that kind of dynamic, especially the scene with him and his friend when they're watching Liz Allen walk past, and then Zendaya's character Michelle kind of cutting in as well. There's that kind of interplay in that witty kind of dialogue that is familiar to everybody who's a fan of John Hughes, and it looks like they've really kind of captured that. Did you guys kind of get that vibe as well?
Yeah.
Rich?
Oh,
yeah, sorry, go.
Yeah, no, yeah, I definitely got that vibe. Like it, and it kind of just nailed it. I mean, and that's number one. Number two, if anybody doesn't know who John Hughes is, bad on you. Obviously, we're a certain age, so we've seen his films.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Jay will compile a list of stuff of John Hughes films that you can go and watch.
Oh, for sure.
I definitely got that vibe. They've definitely nailed what they've done with all the rest of the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that they've nailed the heart of the character first before they've even started to bring in, the superhero. So this could have easily just been done as John Hughes could have directed this, and instead of Andrew, and Tom Holland, you could have like John Cusack, or what's his name, the guy from Weird Science, Anthony Michael Hall as like the character. Like, it wouldn't seem out of place, but it's just got that nice, colourful feel is what I like about it as well. Is the colour. Like, a lot of the Spider-Man films that we've had before, they just seem to be like not Batman versus Superman or Zack Snyder type of like superhero drab colours, but they've all been quite dark. This one seems very, very vibrant, and it almost feels like a rebirth, which essentially is now that it's come back home. But everything just seems really, really nice and new, and that's what I loved about it. There's that happiness, those colours that John Hughes used. It could easily be based in like an 80s and like an 80s little teen flick as well. That's the vibe I got from it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely feeling that as well. As you said, Rich, the kind of John Hughes elements are really coming out in there, and the teen comedy kind of elements are coming out in there, which is great. I mean, that's what people have wanted for a long time, really, is to have something that kind of captures that. Alf, was there anything else you noticed about that, or did you dislike or like any elements of the kind of teen comedy elements that they bring into it?
I'm very much for it, because I don't think it's really been, although we've kind of seen him in high school in whether it be the Mark Webb or Sam Raimi movies, we didn't get to spend a lot of time there or get to really know. They just gave us a bit of cliche stuff. Oh, look, here he is being bullied and whatnot and all that kind of business. So he's taking fucking photos and all this shit. And it's just like, I want to see more of that. Whereas I see some people online going, why is he so young? And it's like, are you stupid? Like, he was like a young teen when he got his powers. It's like mid-teens. Like, so of course there's freaking high school. And I'm glad it's called Spider-Man Homecoming, because obviously at the beginning you actually see there's a homecoming banner being put up. So pretty much sure a lot of it is going to focus on him being in school, and I know that they're going on a school trip somewhere to Washington, I believe, in the movie as well. So he's a kid. It's going to be from a kid's perspective. This isn't like the other movies where it's like an extended period of time. This is focusing on like his here and now. So, like for me, I like that element of it. I reckon it adds a kind of something extra that we've not seen. We've not seen a Marvel movie from the point of view of someone younger. It's been late 20s and above for all the characters. This is a teenager. He's going to have teen problems, teen thoughts, and it's just going to add that extra bit of refreshment to the MCU because it's something that we've not seen a lot of, if at all.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. It's something that we've missed from the MCU, so it should be very, very interesting to see play out. The Spider-Man antagonists in this film, I mean, we know that Vulture is going to be the main antagonist. What did you think about the Vulture suit and how it looked? Because I thought it looked amazing. Like, I really was... It was the one thing about Spider-Man Homecoming that I was a bit unsure about, was how the Vulture was going to look. But I actually think this looks really good. It actually looks like it could exist in the real world in terms of the way they've made the technology look and things like that. And Michael Keaton, I think he's only really got one line in the trailer, and it's basically, if you cross me, I'll kill you and everybody you love. And he delivers it in such a menacing way. It's like, well, that's me sold, on him as a villain. So what about you guys? Rich, what did you make of Vulture?
No, I loved it. Like you said, I think that the tech that was kind of used for like the Vulture's, suit, it just works. It just fits. Like, it's just one of those things where they couldn't deviate from anything but what they gave to us anyway. Because if you think about it, like everything that's been introduced in the MCU has got its place now. So so everything is almost going to kind of look like everything else. So you've got the Iron Man suits. So any form of like any other technological suits that you get anyway is always going to have that Marvel Universe feel. So it wouldn't surprise me if like basically the Vulture ends up having this technology and it's somewhat based off something else that we might even know already in the Marvel Universe, which would be a nice touch. I mean, that would be like, when they, in the Luke Cage series, where they hark back to some of the tech that Justin Hammer was putting together, and then now they're using it in the streets of Harlem. So I think it just worked. It was a really, really nice update for a villain who, like I said, man, if there's people out there who don't know what our Vulture looks like, so not Ultimate Spider-Man Vulture or this Vulture they might see now. The original Vulture that I remember seeing was literally a guy who looked like he weighed about 7 stone, had a bald head, a hook nose, and you generally didn't need spider powers or like to take him out. He didn't look menacing. Like you said, Michael Keaton looks like he's about to cause some trouble, and so it just looks really, really menacing. So I'm really happy with how he looks and how Michael Keaton's portrayed the villainous of this character with just that one line alone.
Alf, how about you, Ben? Was there anything else that stood out about the Vulture? Was there anything that you're looking forward to? Anything that didn't work?
Yeah, well, it's like they could have easily kind of done like an Iron Man style suit, but the fact that they've kind of kept it simple, it's like the wings are tech. I believe he's got like peripherals for his feet that give him like bird-like feet as well. But then the rest of it is just like a leather jacket with like a furry bit around the neck and a cool looking helmet. Is kind of what made it cool. It was just like, okay, cool. So it's not just another fucking tech suit. They could have easily have done that. They could have just been lazy and done that, but they've gone, no, it's kind of like you strap the wings to obviously he puts that on over the jacket and whatnot, and a harness to him, and then that's pretty much it. But keeping it simple was definitely the right thing to do, I think, because it just keeps things different. Again, it just keeps things fresh. It's not doing something in the same way that we've previously seen. It's doing it in a slightly different way, and therefore it's fresh. I mean, that one shot, like where you see him like come down and then land, brilliant. It just looked fucking ace. So yeah, I'm all for it, definitely. I mean, it was quite, like you said, Rich, it was quite different from the original Vulture suit in the comics and that. But take away from it at all, it looks fucking cool on camera. So yeah, in my opinion, it's the right thing to go for, definitely.
For sure. Yeah, well, I think Vulture definitely is going to be one of the highlights. Another big highlight in the trailer, although a slightly contentious one, it seems, given by what I've read online, is Tony Stark. He features quite heavily in the trailer. Um, Alvin, what did you make of Tony Stark in the trailer? Did you think that that was representative of how much he's going to be in the movie? And what did you make of the dynamic between him and Spider-Man?
I think he may be in it a bit more than we expect in the trailer. I don't think this is going to be a Suicide Squad Joker situation. I think he's going to be in it quite a bit more. And I think Peter's obviously he's kind of looking for a father figure in a way, but it's not going to be the relationship he wants it to be. And you know, I like that it's not. I expected it to be a predictable kind of mentor-student relationship. They get on. They're both into science. You know, it's easy street. But as we know from the trailer, it's not going to be that way. Tony Stark's kind of is not going to be direct. He's going to put like roadblocks in Peter's way, like not on purpose, but kind of like in a way, or underestimating him. That's what's going to happen. And I don't think they're necessarily going to see eye to eye for all of the movie, and that's going to frustrate Peter. And you know, when you're a teen, life is frustrating. So again, it's going back to that kind of teen thing of like, you're a kid, but you want to do more. You want to prove yourself. And I think them not being 100% on each other's wavelength is gonna, well, it's just gonna make that an interesting relationship to watch.
For sure, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that kind of develops. Rich, did you want to add anything about Tony Stark?
Yeah, no, I'm a Robert Downey Jr. fan, man. Like where Robert Downey Jr. starts and where Tony Stark where Robert Downey Jr. ends and Tony Stark begins, I don't know, but I'm happy with it. But yeah, no, I like that little cameo with him, and it's still stuck. Like I said, it's still stuck to like the character of Tony Stark. Like you know, he's that dick, that arsehole uncle. Like, whereas like how we interact, like there's no middle ground for him. How he interacts with kids and how he interacts with adults are completely different. And then how he interacts with adults from a particular place is completely different as well. So how he even spoke to Peter in the car was exactly how he treated the kid in Iron Man 3. So I like that whole continuing of the actual character. There was nothing like, oh well, you know what, we're just gonna bring him in for a cameo, but it's not gonna be Tony Stark. It's just is a phone-in kind of performance. We just give him his money, he says his lines, and he f's off. No, it's stuck to the ethos of it. So I was happy about that. I don't know. I think he might be in a bit, like Alvin says. I think he might be in it a bit more than they're letting on. I mean, especially from the teaser trailer where you see like Happy Hogan bringing the suit to him and bringing the suit to Peter and stuff like that. But also, I don't know if I'm just jumping out on a limb, but the way how the Spider-Man logo is done up, it almost looks. I know, like I might be clutching at straws here, but it almost looks a lot more technological than it does more organic than for like as compared to, let's say, like the other Spider-Man logos that we've had, and the color scheme is red and yellow. I don't know if you've noticed that. So I'm just clasping at straws here and thinking that maybe that Tony Stark might be a bit more of an influence in the character's life in the series than maybe they're letting on, but maybe just not throughout the whole thing. Maybe like at the beginning and maybe at the end. So that's what I got from it. But that's the first thing that came to my head when I finished watching the trailer.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we're kind of time pressed on this one, so we're going to just have to do like some quick snippet bits on a few of the other points. So Liz Allen as the choice of love interest, or we believe it is the love interest. I mean, we don't know yet. Does that sound like a sound idea, guys? Yay, nay? Either one of you can go first.
Yeah.
It's not a character I'm familiar with, so I can't.
Yeah.
She's one of the older love interests, I believe. Liz Allen.
Oh, wait a second. No, she was in Spectacular Spider-Man. I've seen that
cartoon,
though, but the same character.
Yeah. She was in the cartoon as well. Yeah. But seems like a good choice to me. Better to do that than start off fresh than go back to Gwen Stacy or MJ.
Mary Jane.
So it makes sense. Makes sense to me. I saw online, and this came from Matt Key from Marvel Movie News, who does like his own podcast and stuff. He came up with a really good theory for who he thinks Donald Glover's character is. But I want to ask you two first. Any guesses as to who he is?
Well, I mean, he's working with the bad guys in the movie, right? So, to be honest, no, you know.
No?
Okay, the rumor that I've heard is that
Go on.
Oh yeah. Okay. No. Is it still there? Is it still?
It's still there, but it's a far-fetched one. But go on, you go first.
Okay, I've heard that he's meant to be playing Robbie. I can't remember his surname, but the Prowler. That's the rumor. Yeah, that's an actual rumor that I've heard. I think for him to play Miles Morales,
Hobie Brown.
Yeah, Hobie Brown. That's it. Yeah, listen, you can't get a blacker name for a blacker person, can you? Like Hobie Brown. Oh shit, you might as well call him Jermaine Black. But anyway, but yeah, I've heard that rumor, and I think I would prefer him somebody else other than Miles Morales, just because I think he's a bit too old to play Miles Morales. That's number one, and number two, I think it might be something that we've asked for too much. And like, yeah, just because we've asked for it, don't give it to us. I'm sure he could give it to somebody else as well. So that, I mean, that's the rumor that I've heard. Although it'd be really cool if he actually does play as Miles Morales, and somehow he's from the Ultimate Universe, and we just get a snippet or a glimpse of him because of the shit that Doctor Strange has been doing. But hey, that's just what happens when I overthink stuff.
Well, yeah, basically, I mean, Matt Key was basically saying that he thinks it's highly likely that he's either the Prowler, or he's saying, if you're going for a left field kind of thing, he thinks
he's going to say Mysterio.
Maybe Flash Thompson.
No, Flash Thompson? No, that's already been cast.
Is that who Tony Rivolori's playing?
Yeah, so the guy who was in Grand Budapest Hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, he's Flash Thompson.
Right. The Prowler one sounds like an interesting one to me, because it could be possible. I think it could be possible because I remember when John Watts, the director, was being interviewed, and so I can't remember who it was for now. I think it might have been. It may have been either Slash Film or Deadline. I can't remember which one it was, but one of them was interviewing him. This was like a good few months ago, and they asked him flat out about Miles Morales, and his answer was, "I'm not allowed to talk about that." So it wasn't even like, no, he's not in it, or, a denial, or next question, please, can we keep it moving? It was, I'm not allowed to talk about that. So that kind of got people thinking, what's, are we going to get like kind of hints at Miles? Plus, we don't know who Abraham Atta is playing yet. He's the little guy from, what's the name of the film? The Netflix movie with Idris Elba.
Beast of No Nation.
Yes, Beast of No Nation. He's the kid in that rich. He apparently has a role in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but nobody knows what this role is. Apparently, they're keeping it hush hush. Sorry, Av?
I would love it if they introduce Miles. I reckon that'd be even if it's to do it in like 4 years from now. No, I think I mean, yeah, there's every possibility that it may be the case, but we'll wait and see. We've got until July. And last quick point as well, the Tinkerer is rumored to be in this film, right? Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so I'm not making that up. Okay,
no,
good.
No, you're not.
So just thinking like maybe the Tinkerer was behind the Vulture's tech or something like that. Do you think that's likely?
Yeah, I think there's a team up between Tinkerer, Shocker, and Vulture. But in a kind of bank robbery kind of way, rather than let's take down Spider-Man kind of way.
See, I was hoping it was the latter because I was thinking, maybe it'll be the start of the Sinister Six or so. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself, so yeah, we don't know. Yeah, but I remember hearing the rumor that the Tinkerer was in this. For those of you listening who don't know, the Tinkerer is a long-running sort of Marvel Comics villain. Rich, can you give a little background on who the Tinkerer is?
My mind's actually gone blank on the character, bro. It's a first. I know it's a first. It's a first. I know I'm the encyclopedia, but it's a first, man. So yeah, sorry about that, man.
That's all right, no problem. Well, basically, listeners, he's a kind of inventor for hire. He kind of goes around salvaging alien technology and things like that, and reverse engineering it and making bombs and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I think he's ostensibly a Spidey villain. I'm not 100% sure. I know he's appeared in other stuff as well. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, ostensibly it's been more Spider-Man comics that he's popped up in. Okay, I think that will do it for Spider-Man Homecoming. We're all pretty much excited, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
All right, roll on July, man. Roll on July. Okay, let's move on then to the second trailer, which was Fast and Furious 8, The Fate of the Furious. The trailer, initial thoughts for me, the trailer seems like more the same, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in their case, because their movies so far have been quite fun, and they've been enjoyable movies for me. I've really enjoyed the kind of pace of the movies and the camaraderie that they've built between the cast. But it'll be interesting to see how they can get along without Paul Walker being there anymore. Guys, initial thoughts on the trailer. Rich, what did you make of the trailer initially? Were you impressed or bored?
Yeah, no, I like it. Like I said, like the thing about the Fast and Furious franchise, what you can't knock is that you know what you're getting. Like the format hasn't changed since they turned from bank truck robbers to like international Jason Bourne stroke Mission Impossible people that the government call, which I think is far fetched, but that it works. So I can't knock it. I am definitely interested to see how it's going to fare with Paul Walker. But the thing that I do like is that, I mean, you only get brief little snippets of him in the trailer, you see him in a picture. So I think that's good that they're trying not to dwell too much on him, and they're still trying to move forward to the franchise, but at the same time, they're still paying respects to the character of Paul Walker. But the trailer's great though. The trailer's great. I like that with each Fast and Furious film, the laws of physics slowly but surely leaves gets dismissed. It just gets
Fucking
dismissed. It's like Vin Diesel just goes, no. Gravity? No. In your world, not in Vin Diesel's world.
Yeah, not in my world, buddy. Not in my world. Yeah, man. I liked it. Alvin, how about you?
Yeah. I mean, God, it's like the little franchise that could, but I don't know as to how it turned into what it turned into. I mean, people like it, but like, it was weird to me, man. I'm just confused. Like honestly, I'm just really confused about the whole franchise. I just don't know how it went from street racing to like you said, Richard, like Jason Bourne, spy, but with cars that can have grappling hooks and do this and that and fly about and all this business. I'm just like, what? I don't understand. I just literally don't get it. I'm just like, what is this?
You need to not overthink it, Alf, and just go with the ride.
It's not even that. I mean, it's not even that. It's just like I'm just like, but why though? Like I just don't get it. Why? But why? It's like, you know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you've ever seen like, there's this cartoon on Disney XD like a few years back called Motor City. That's what it reminds me of, and it reminds me of that Hot Wheels cartoon as well, where it's just like over the top cars that do all this crazy shit because. Kids cartoon. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a kids cartoon. It could be wacky races, and I wouldn't know the difference.
Well, I kind of, as said, I mean, I agree. I have no clue how they've got from, street racers who were a little bit criminal to, as Richard said, Jason Bourne in cars. But hell, like I'm enjoying the ride, man. Like,
they do their thing,
Yeah. And that's the thing, like as you said, Rich, they know what they are and they know what works and they stick with it, and it works for them. And before people start getting on my back about the fact that I poo-poo the Transformers franchise, but I'm giving praise to this, the reason why I don't poo-poo Fast and Furious is because it's fun. You sit down and you watch it and it's fun. It don't make sense, like it don't make no sense at all. But it's fun. You leave with a smile on your face, as opposed to Transformers, where you leave feeling like you've been pummeled by fucking 3 hours of just noise and crescendo and explosions and like somebody literally trying to batter you into submission in the movie theater. So yeah, that's why I prefer Fast and Furious. That's why I'll show Fast and Furious love, even though yes, they probably do the same kind of thing that the Transformers franchise does. But anyway, Charlize Theron as the villain of the movie. I know she was cast as the movie, but for some reason, when I saw her in the trailer, it still came as a surprise to me. I don't know why. But what do you guys think? I mean, I thought like that's a really good choice, actually. Like, given the kind of work that she's done in the past and the type of actress that she is, for me that really works. So, but what about you two? Good idea, bad idea?
Alvin?
Oh, you want me to go? All right.
Yeah, super fan.
I don't care, but I thought it was a weird choice though. And like you said, yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, she's in this, like that. But I'm not really asked, to be honest. I mean, I can see why. Obviously, they must have said after seeing Mad Max, they must have went, well, she can do Tough Woman, so let's get her in this as well. But yeah, I mean, she's done car movies before. She was in the Italian Job, right? The remake.
Yeah.
She was, yeah.
Yeah, so she's done this kind of thing before, so it's not actually that odd if you look back at her career in that. So, but yeah, no, it's a decent choice to have, and I reckon it'll probably get a few Mad Max fans in the cinema there to see the movie. So yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Rich, you want to add anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind her being introduced. I was saying to one of the guys I work with today, shout out to Dan. But it sound like one of those hood guys. Yeah, stomach cake, tata. Straight up, man. We quit walking, yo. And I basically said that the Fast and Furious franchise, they've managed to grab like some pretty decent actors whose careers may not be like amazingly kicking it right now, but you're like, oh, okay, hello. So they're almost like they're doing Tarantino jobs with people. So like then they've now got like Kurt Russell in there. It's like you've got like this whole generation of people who might not even know who Kurt Russell is. So you could be, hey, you know Kurt Russell? And he'd be like, who's Kurt Russell? Like, Kurt Russell, Escape from New York. Kurt Russell, Big Trouble in Little China. And they'd be like, who? And then you can now say, Kurt Russell, you know, Fast and Furious 7, the guy who owns the thing. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's badass, man. So I like that they're taking these actors and actors, or I don't like to call them actresses now. I think they should be all called actors because there's no such thing as gender. They're all doing the same job. So I think they're taking these actors and just put them in like different scenarios, and just taking them from out the box. Like I love her. She's a beautiful woman who can obviously act, and she wants to have a bit of a good time. And she's got blonde dreads. She's got blonde dreads. Listen, I'm going to see this film, mate. Yeah. I'm going to see this film. The last time I saw blonde dreads was on that lady from Steps, or one of them ladies from the Manga Boys.
What was her name?
Faye Tozer.
Yeah, look at you.
Faye Tozer, that was it. Yeah. Listen, you know the American viewers don't have no fucking clue what we're talking about right now. Steps? What? Huh? Who's the Steps?
Look him up.
Don't she be the Stoop? Sheesh. Yeah, man, that's a good shout, Rich. I didn't even make that connection when I was watching the trailer. But yeah, speaking of actors or big name actors, or not quite big name actors, but you know, people who are kind of bubbling away. The Stafe is back. Jason Statham.
Yeah, they had to.
But here's my question to both of you though. Why is he doing an American accent or attempted to do an American accent?
Yeah.
Considering
it was supposed to be Thing's brother.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, in the trailer, if you listen to the trailer, he says a line, something like, well, and he kind of delivers it in an American accent. And I was like, why? Like, you're the one person I know who can make Cockney sound genuinely threatening, and you're doing an American accent. That don't make no sense. And especially, as said, because, as you said, Alvin, he's supposed to be Luke Evans' character's brother. And he's not. He clearly was not American in that film. So I don't get that. But yeah, it looks like we're going to see the Stafe back on screen again. And it looks like he's going to get to crack some heads along with The Rock. So yeah, I'm all good. The jailbreak scene looked cool to me. I love that line that The Rock came out with, which was like, "I'll beat you like a Cherokee drum." Like, it's the kind of line that's terrible, but only The Rock could deliver it and make it sound cool. because it's an awful line when you read it out, but like he delivers it, and it's just like, yeah, beat him, Rob, beat him like a drum, beat him.
Play a tune. When you catch him, play a tune. I want to hear some heavy bass.
So like that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff was right up my street. But yeah, man. So the Stafford looks like he's going to be teaming up with the Scooby Gang to try and take down Dominic Toretto, who is apparently the bad guy, because it looks like they've pretty much given us the whole plot of the movie through that trailer. But essentially, he's the bad guy, which I guess was the only place left they had to go, really, didn't they, in terms of storyline? I mean, what did you make of Toretto being the bad guy, guys? Either of you?
It's...
Oh, I thought I was going to go then.
No, not this time. You know what? It's one of those things where it's like, any plot that they give us in this franchise, I mean, you can kind of roll your eyes at it, but like I said, you know, we know what we're getting. So yeah. I think that this is a good move. I mean, it's not as if there's one of those plot points where we're not going to have Vin Diesel in the franchise anymore. Like, he's still going to be in it.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a good chance to see what he's capable of doing, when he's not restricted by the boundaries. Because you always have to remember as well that like the actual character of Dominic Toretto is always meant to be this badass. Like he goes to Brazil and he's friends with the Brazilian cartels and stuff like this, where he's always been bound by that strict code, by that loyal code of like, okay, listen, I'm a badass, but I still get the job done. I don't need a badge like The Rock, or to get the job done, but I get it done on my terms. Now that that's all gone out the window, it'll be interesting to see, how they're going to deal with him. And I like the fact that they're, basically the most, like we said, that what started out as like a drag racing thieves have now become like this super team, and now they have to chase the person who's the actual person who keeps them together and pulls all the master plans. It's smart in what they're trying to do. Like I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out. I mean, as long as it doesn't turn out to be something where it's like Dominic had a twin brother, or like he was just working undercover, or like I hope there's a bit more substance to it than just that. But either way, I'm excited to see how they're going to deal with it. Yeah.
Sorry, Alvin, before you come in, Rich, when you mentioned the twin brother storyline, I instantly thought of that storyline from Sunset Beach. You remember Sunset Beach?
Yeah, I remember Sunset Beach, yeah.
Do you remember the storyline of him with the evil twin brother who comes in and keeps like his other brother locked behind a two-way mirror for I think it's like a year with no food or water. Like he's just there inhabiting his brother's life, and his brother, like, because obviously he's bound and he's gagged and stuff, all of his dialogue is done in like kind of speech format. So it's like, oh my God, that bastard, he's picking up my son. He's picking up my son. As soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna kill him. But how? How do I get out? So it just instantly brought that up in my head for me. So that's just made it even all the more better. So like part of me now actually hopes that they've got an evil twin, Dominic Toretto, just so I can laugh at that. But sorry, Alvin, do you want to come in on the Dominic Toretto stuff?
Hello?
Yeah, you there?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, everything just disappeared for a second. No, yeah. So, I mean, yes, I think from what I know of the franchise, that is kind of, I suppose, quite interesting. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. But for me, it was like the only thing, like the amount of times I kept to go, family, it's family. It was like EastEnders, but American. It was like the Mitchell brothers. I was just like, family, you're going to betray your family. It's just like, all right. Fucking hell, I get it, but I don't. It just seems weird. Like, I like that idea, but I'm not invested in the franchise. So again, this is me not giving a shit, unfortunately. But I'm sure, people like yourself and Richard will quite enjoy it, and I do hope it does turn out to be a twin brother. So if I do eventually see it, I can have a good laugh.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, twin for the win, people. Twin for the win. All right. Well, I think that kind of wraps it up. Apart from the fact that there was a fucking submarine at the end as well, and I was like, this makes no sense, and I fucking love it.
No.
What the fuck is a submarine doing in this?
I've got you beat on that. Yeah, You know, what's even more outlandish than that submarine? Because it only makes sense that every single thing that they get chased by in each film is going to get bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
I find fascinating that Vin Diesel still can't kiss a woman and look convincing. Sorry, man. I'm just going to drop it out there, man.
Wow.
Hey,
When he kisses a woman, he has that. You know that Vin Diesel look when he looks that he has when he's scared, where he's like, that's how he looks when he kisses a woman. Like,
listen, Rich, we've only just started, man. We don't need no lawsuits just yet, bro. Because we can't fight the case. We ain't got no money. We can't fight the case, bro.
Vinny knows I'm playing. You know, I call him Vinny. He knows I'm playing. He knows it's good.
Oh god. So like, when is this out? Is this May? This is out, I think. Was it May next year? I can't remember. You know, that's pretty bad.
I actually don't know. I actually don't
Probably
know.
will be summer, definitely. It's good.
But yeah, I'm guessing it will be May next year. So yeah, so we've got that to look forward to. All right. Well, I think that should wrap it up, guys. We've kind of touched everything that we needed to touch on here. So yeah, thanks for joining me, listeners. Thanks for listening. Let us know which movie you're looking forward to the most out of the two. Let us know if you're a fan of Fast and Furious and you've got any theories about what's going to happen with the plot and the characters, and likewise with Spider-Man Homecoming as well. If you've got any kind of ideas and things that you want to share with us, let us know. I'm back tweeting again on Twitter at Wulong Talks is the Twitter handle, so you can jump on Twitter and holler at us over there, and we'll have a chat. Alvin, do you want to let people know where they can find you out if they want to cuss you for your for your non-committal to the Fast and Furious franchise?
Yeah, come at me on Twitter and Instagram at BigA85GL.
Cool. Richard, do you want to let the people know where they can find you?
Yeah, Instagram, Rich Reviews, also Wulong Talks, and also we got the website www.wulongtalks.com, and that's also the Twitter handle as well, right? Is that we got a Twitter for Wulong Talks, yeah, Jay?
Yep, we do indeed.
Yeah, and the Twitter sign, the little birdie sign, and Twitter. So yeah, Wulong Talks, because I don't know how to use Twitter, so that's how I'm describing it.
Did you just say swirly sign?
Yeah, he did.
No, swirly birdie sign. What's it? It's a bird, right? Is it a bird?
Well,
You know what?
I don't like
is
the
a bird,
fucking
yeah.
at symbol. The at symbol. Is that what you mean?
Nah, man. Like what's the at symbol? Oh yeah, you can use the at symbol. Listen, I don't care. That's the Twitter account of mine. Twitter gives me nightmares. Twitter gives me anxiety. I can't use it. I don't know how to use it. Don't just leave it.
Wow.
Oh dear. Good Lord. Listeners, this is what we're dealing with, you know. A guy who doesn't get Twitter in 2016.
Yeah, but I get other stuff though, so just sit there.
All right, well, thanks a lot for listening along. If you're listening on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're listening on SoundCloud, then yeah, please give us a thumbs up and share it. And if you know anybody who's interested in what we're doing, share it with them too. All right, that's good night from me. Alvin, say good night.
Good night.
Rich Kid, say good night.
Live long and prosper.
All right, and we're out of here. Peace.
Bye bye.